Hey guys, and thanks for tuning back into the channel. So I'm going to catch you up a little bit on the 400 small block Chevy today, where we're at and what we're going to do next. And again, this is for the 68 Camaro build that I'm working on. So we ended up finishing up the rotating assembly. We do have all the pistons in there, and I'm going to have my wife take a shot of that. And so what we're going to do next is I ended up installing a roller camshaft in this engine block. I think it's like 240 degrees of duration at 50, 560, 580 lift, 110 load separation. So with that being said, with being a roller camshaft, when you put those things in, some people don't do much about it. I've heard people say, I just put my timing chain in there and go. I've never had any problems or issues. And I've had other people say that they have had problems or issues with the camshaft going back and forth on the roller cam. So one of the things that I do to try to control that is I have a very similar timing chain in there with a Torrington bearing on it like this. And then I use a cam button with a roller bearing in there. And so what I end up doing is I ended up using a stock timing chain cover on this engine. With these stock timing chain covers, sometimes they don't have enough strength to support it if the camshaft is really driving forward in the engine block a lot. So I ended up welding a washer to the front of this timing chain cover. And the reason why I did that, because I wanted to be able to use the back of the water pump to support the timing chain cover if the camshaft decides to aggressively walk forward. What you don't want to do is have your camshaft walk forward and the lobe in the roller come apart from each other and the lifter falls off the lobe. It's going to cause catastrophic damage. So this isn't a perfect world. When I ended up doing this and I welded this washer to the front, obviously the water pump was not going to sit on here correct. It was going to sit out too far, or it was going to sit too close. So I had to end up buying some spacers, which I ended up getting these spacers. I think I bought these from Jegs or Summit. And I had to play around with this for a little while to get this all figured out and space this out to where the front of this washer and the rear part of this water pump connect almost perfectly. And yeah, it takes a little bit of, ingenuity there, kind of trying to figure that all out, make sure that's perfect. Why? Because you want to make sure you have like 3 to 7 thou rock back and forth in your camshaft. Because I am running the roller button on the front, I'm not as concerned about it if it's a little bit tight. Now, if this was just like a nylon or something, you do not want constant pressure of the timing chain against the button. But with this, with a roller button like this, you're probably going to be okay. But you don't want to take the water pump and crush the front of the timing chain cover down and just smash this in the Torrington bearing into the engine block. I do think you're going to end up having premature things start to wear out. Anyways, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all set up and get the water pump on there, and then I'm going to double check myself after I get everything all put on. When I finalize everything with the gaskets, with the shims, I'm going to make sure that the back of my water pump is not pushing on the front of this timing chain cover too much. And then I'm going to have my wife walk around here, take a shot of this. Then I'm going to put an indicator in the back, and then I'm going to check the rock back and forth with an indicator. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not like more than 7. And if it was like 3 or 2 thou, I'd probably be okay with it. As long as it's not pinching the camshaft. Like I said, there is a roller button on the front of this thing, so it's going to be very forgiving. You just don't want to crush it. You don't want to put constant pressure there. So, and when I get to that point, I will go ahead and we'll film that so you can see exactly what I'm doing, and I'll show you what's going on. After that, once we get that, I'll be ready to kind of tape everything up. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the whole entire engine block orange, get it all freshened up, looking good, and get ready to install the heads. Guys, thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you in the next video.